Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great. Today we'll finish up our lesson under adjectives and adverb. So first you have to log in using the eplusstudent.com. Click on your names, move on to language at the grade 9. So we will get the high school advanced writing under the grade 9. The chapter is adjective and adverb. We did the first three already, and we'll finish up the remaining two, which is form and use comparative and superlative adverbs, well, better, best, badly, worse, and worst. All right, so basically, you can use adverbs to compare actions. So we have comparative adverbs and the superlative adverb. The comparative compares the action of a person, thing, or group to the action of some other person, thing, or group. So basically, comparative is comparing between one person and another, not a larger group, just between two persons. It could be me and you comparing between us. Then the superlative compares the action of a person, thing, or group to the action of a larger group that it is part of. So superlative is comparing between a larger group, not just one person or two. It's like a bigger group. For adverbs that have one syllable, you have to add er to make the comparative adverb, and then est to make the superlative adverb. If the adverb ends with e, you just need to before drop the e before you add your er or est. So if it's having just one syllable, you're adding er for comparative and then est for superlative. Right, so just like we have here base and we have comparative, we have superlative because it's one syllable words. So we have soon, close. So sooner for comparative, closer, and then for superlative, we have soonest and then closest. All right, and then for adverbs that have more than one syllable, you have to add more to make the comparative adverb and most for superlative. All right, so you're adding more for the comparative and then most for the superlative. Just like we have safely and then we have more safely and most safely. That is for the adverbs that have more than one syllable. Okay? So if it has more than one syllable, that's what you do. And then for adverbs, so for the adverb early, you have to drop the y and then you add ier. So you're slashing the y and it becomes I to make it comparative. And then even if is the superlative, you also have to slash the y and change the I to what? You change the y to I and then you add your est. So it will be early, earlier, earliest. Okay. All right, let's look at some examples. So we have complete the sentence with the correct comparative or superlative adverb. As it turned out, our train left the depot much dash than scheduled. So what will that be? Much later than scheduled. Okay. Carter has good posture and sit up dash than Travis does, and sits up straighter because he's comparing between two persons. All right. Then here we have Adam has a good memory, so he usually remembers details dash than I do. So this also comparing between Adam and me, so it is comparative. So distinctly. Okay. So we move to the test. You can share your answers with me. All right, so complete the sentence with the correct comparative or superlative adverb. Tori took Advi the dash of everyone on the hockey team. Hardest or hard? Which of them? All right, so he took the defeat the hardest of everyone on the hockey team. So Farid has good posture and sit up dash than Ludo does. Straight or straighter? All right, so sits up straighter than Luther does. Of all the straighter, of all the traders, of all the traders at his firm, Mr. Shah is known for investing the cautiously or most cautiously. Alright, so investing the most cautiously. All of the voice students at Juilliard are talented, but in my opinion, Cora sings the most beautifully or beautifully. Alright, so the most beautifully. Okay. The man running the antique auction talks even dash than Zachary does, faster or fast. Alright, so we have even faster than Zachary does. Of everything in the universe, light travels the what? Fast or fastest? All right, so light travels the fastest. So, as the sun warms the surface of the earth, the temperature of the land increases dash than the temperature of the water, rapidly or more rapidly. All right, so more rapidly. As it turned out, our train left the depot much dash than scheduled, later or late. So much later than scheduled. All right, that's it for this lesson. We'll move on to the last one under adjectives and adverbs. All right, so we know that you can use adverb to compare. So we have comparative and superlative, and we know that comparative compares between one person to another person, and then the superlative compares between a larger group. Okay, now the adverb well and badly are irregular. So they are irregular, right? So we have the base, we have comparative and superlative. Well, better, best. Badly, worse, worst. So you can say that they are irregular. They're not like the other one that ends with er or also have more or most. These are the irregular adverbs. Okay, so you have to take note that they are different. Well goes with better, best, and badly goes with worse, worst. So let's look at some example. Researchers have developed artificial cartilage that performs dash than real cartilage. So what will that be? Comparing what? One action of another. So one action of another to another action. So that's between one thing to one thing. So it's gonna be what? Better. Okay, so that's the comparative. So we have Julia could tell you the story, but her mom tells you what? So this is between Julia and her mom, so her mom tells us better, right? Many people feel that the vice presidential candidate connects with voters dash than the presidential candidate does. Better again. Okay? Alright, so move on to the test. You can share your answers with me. Dalton adjusted his pitching motion and now he throws much dash than before, well or better. So you have to complete the sentence with the correct comparative or superlative adverb. Alright, so we have better. My best friend has been knitting for years, so she knits far dash than I do. Well or better. Alright, so far better than I do. Okay. Mrs. Patel gave Brenda the solo because he sang it's the dash of everyone who auditioned. Well or best. All right, so sang it the best of everyone who auditioned. Okay, so Beth could tell you the story, but her mom tells it what? Better or well? All right, tells it better. Okay, so Nick argued his point, dash, then Richard and won the debate. So better or well? All right, so that's better. You should ask Robbie for direction. He knows his way around dash than I do, well or better. All right, so we have better also for this. Jessica has fully recovered from her injury and now she's skiing dash than ever. Well or better. Okay, so better. All right, so we have had several mechanics work on our car, but Mr. Blanchard always repairs it well or best. All right, so repress it best. All right, so Ted cooks the dash of all my roommates, and he often makes dinner for everyone. Well or best. Okay, so we have best. So the interior designer decorated our home dash than I had expected him to. Better or well? Okay, so we have better. And that's it for our lesson under adjective and adverbs. Can you tell me if you have any questions? Alright, so since we have no questions, we'll end here. Try to complete this lesson if you haven't done it. I'll see you guys again next time. Take care and have a good night. Bye.